Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining me on this webinar today. Today we're going to walk you through our latest features so that you can see how you can make the most of your ActivePipe account. During this session we're going to cover Smart Match, real estate content, post-campaign reports, integration visibility, and Vimeo improvements. Okay, so we're going to jump straight into it with Smart Match. To start with, can I get an indication if you're currently sending out properties in your ActivePipe emails? If you are, please click the thumbs up button at the bottom of the page. Okay, great. Looks like a lot of you are. That's excellent. Smart Match is going to improve the relevance of those emails for you by highlighting the properties that suit each of your contacts' interests first. So this new innovation from ActivePipe is available to all of our users, and it uses data from a contact's interactions, their survey responses, and open home attendances to create a dynamic buyer profile. It then uses that buyer profile to match against your current properties to find those most relevant to each contact individually and bring those up to the top of your property grid or list so that they see them first. To use Smart Match, all you need to do is select any grid or list property panel, turn the auto feed toggle on, and then click on Define Properties. From there, go over to the Contacts tab where you'll see Smart Match. By default, it'll be switched off, so just toggle that on and then click Update down the bottom. It's important to note that Smart Match will override your order by in the Basic tab and also any buying requirements you had selected, though buying requirements will be taken into account within Smart Match. But your other filters will still apply, so your maximum property, your listing type and status, etc. So from here onwards, Smart Match will reorder the properties based on each contact's buyer profile. So like I said, they'll see the properties most relevant to them first. In terms of use cases, a great use case for using Smart Match is with your weekly open house emails. Now, if someone's been looking at a specific area or price range, those homes will list first. Does anyone have any questions at this point? If you do, type them in the chat box at the bottom right-hand corner. Okay, someone has just asked, what happens if we don't have any data for a contact? So if they're newly subscribed, for instance. In that case, Smart Match will default back to your order by filter. So for example, newest to oldest. I can see a few more user-specific questions. I want to make sure we get through everything today, so we will reach out to you individually to answer those questions after the webinar. Okay, I want to show you the second great feature of Smart Match, and that's on the reporting side, where you can go into a contact profile, any contact profile, and see the properties that match the contact's interest. So you now have a Smart Matches tab. And you can see here that we've pinpointed several properties based on that dynamic buyer profile for this contact. So you can hover over either the cards here or the locator pins to see details on those properties. And you can also click on those to see further details, and you can go through to the full property profile down the bottom here. So this is a great way that you can then follow up with the contact with properties that are relevant to their interests that they may not have known about. Okay, at this point, I'd like to give you the chance to let us know how useful you think Smart Match will be to you. We've just popped in a ranking indicator. If you could please give Smart Match a ranking, with 5 being the most useful, we'd really appreciate the feedback. Also, in the next box, feel free to add any comments or suggestions you'd like our developers to consider as well. Okay, so let's move on to the next release, which is real estate content. ActivePipe is really excited to now offer you expertly curated content presented on branded landing pages. This feature is an add-on to your current functionality. So you've always been able to link to blogs from your ActivePipe emails. But now you can save time and still position yourself as the expert with our persona-based content marketing. So using any smart feed article and clicking on the icon down the bottom, when you come through to your content library, you'll now see add-ons. When you click on real estate content, you'll see you have access to hundreds of articles that are organized into categories. So you can include general topical information, or you can use the intent-based articles to nurture specific contacts. Once you've chosen your articles, you're able to edit the image and the text previews. And when your contacts click on the article, which you can preview in View Preview, they're taken to a branded landing page with your contact details, so they know how to reach you when they're ready to make a move. Does anyone have any questions on this feature at this point? Again, please just type them in the chat box. Okay, I can see a lot of people are asking how they get it and the costs involved. I'll put a link to our landing page for real estate content in here. If you enter your details there, one of our team will reach out to you with details. Again, for any user-specific questions, we'll come back to you personally after the webinar. Okay, moving on to post-campaign reports. Now with the automated post-campaign reports, ActivePipe's made it even easier to follow up with the people that are interacting with your emails. So these are optional automated notifications that are sent straight to your inbox an hour after your campaigns are sent, so that you can quickly and clearly see who's interacting with your emails. You can click on any of the contacts to see their profile in full detail, and also on the properties as well to see them in full as well. You can update your settings for this in your account settings menu within the notifications tab. So here it is here, campaign report email. You can tick that on and off depending on your preference. Are there any questions on this feature? Please again, just type them in the chat box for me. Okay, someone's just asked why we send after only 1 hour. That's a great question. While we were developing this feature, we looked into general interaction data and found that the greatest interaction occurs within an hour of sending your email. So by delivering it to your inbox at this time, you can follow up the leads while they're hot. While we're here, it's good to note that there is full campaign reports also available within ActivePipe. You can access them at any time through your campaigns menu. Just click on the one that you want to look into and you'll find a lot of more in-depth data in there for you. While we're here in account settings, I want to also quickly show you a small but significant feature we've added recently that you may find helpful. It's part of a larger innovation project we're working on to give you as users more control over your integrations. What's helpful about this first release is that you can now see the integrations you have associated with your account and when they last synced with ActivePipe. So this is especially helpful for those of you with a CRM integration. If you've recently added new information in your CRM, you can see if that should be synced through to ActivePipe. As I said, it's the start of a much larger project, so there'll be more news on those updates as they're released. Okay, lastly, there's been a recent update to our Vimeo integration, which means that you can now use Vimeo links that are outside of your connected channel, just like you can with YouTube. So as you always have with selecting videos, click the Choose Video button and go over to the Vimeo tab. You'll see that now you have this bar that you can type in a URL and click Get Video. And like I said, that doesn't need to be within your connected channel. And as always, just click on it to bring it through to your email. Okay, so that's all we have for you today in terms of what's new at ActivePipe. I hope you found this quick review helpful. Again, just a reminder, if you have asked a question that we haven't answered, we'll come back to you personally after the webinar to address those. I'm also going to leave a comment box up in the exit room. We really do value your feedback, so please leave us a comment. either something you liked, something you'd like to see in future updates, anything really. We really do appreciate hearing from you. Apart from that, thanks again for your time today, and we'll see you next time.